answer. Yes.
A cougar wouldn't cheat, but a tiger would.
It's gonna be like that all night, isn't it? Just random white girls just jumping and yelling stuff, right? Is that what it's gonna be? That's good. Everybody can just yell stuff. It's all good. I'll just give a microphone to you guys and sit down. Y'all get there. All right. So if you haven't, look at you. Did you just poop? Did you just poop? You did, didn't you? I can smell it from here. What'd you eat today? Girl, you are nasty. That's what you are. You came all the way to Iowa to poop. Is that what you did? Man, you're fogging up my glasses. I don't even have glasses on. I'm just playing. Hey, you know they call this Buena Vista? White people crack me up. All right, so I'm not a comedian. I do poetry. I promise. So anybody ever heard of slam poetry? Anybody ever heard of HBO's Deaf Poetry? Anybody ever heard of Most Def? I'm Most Def, actually. I just, I haven't been in the sun for a while. So, that's what I do for a living. I do slam poetry, and it's kind of funny. So I know it said on the little thing, comedian, but not really. It's just funny. It's just funny poetry. So I'm going to do a poem for you. I make a living by going all over the country doing poetry for high schools and colleges and stuff, and I always get high school kids who want me to do a poem for them, like write a poem specifically for them, and I'm like, I'm not like the Taco Bell drive-thru. I can't just you can't just place an order at the Big Papa Eat. I'll get some cheese tacos and a couple of poems and I don't know, some advice about my college. It's not like that. I can't just can't be like her and just poop out stuff, I have to actually think about something. She's like, I kill you. So I finally wrote a poem. This is everything I ever wanted someone to tell me as like a freshman in high school. So remember when you guys were freshmen, you didn't know anything, and God, I wish I had somebody who told me this stuff. So this goes out to those people, mostly to me when I was 14. That's called propers. You guys know what propers are? Like props. Give somebody props, proper respect. Who said no? Another white girl. Okay, so, I'm kidding. I'm playing. I'm gonna talk smack. That's all good. I'll be talking to people's mama. I got so many mama jokes. Where's Demetrius? Want to hear about his mama? No. Beautiful lady, beautiful lady. For real, she's real beautiful. That's why I left my shoes last night. So anyway, oh, I'm sorry. I was just playing. I did not come all the way out here to say that. I'm just playing, son. All right, so, I don't want to say all those things. This is the poem that I want to do. It's called Proverbs. This one goes out to those who refuse to be defined, who look at government forms as a challenge, who see the safe little boxes next to Caucasian and Asian, Black and Hispanic, and make their own little box label all of the above, who scratch out the question entirely and write their own names in large capital letters, who, when forced to choose between male and female, write instead, see attached 27-page document detailing why my gender and sexuality were never fit within the confines of your stifling need to define me. This one goes out to those who fight every day for the simple right to exist. For every gay kid ever beaten up for being gay. For every straight kid ever beaten up for being gay. For real, dude. For every girl who looks into the hungry eyes of magazine models and shouts, I don't need the body of a skinny 12-year-old boy to be beautiful. For every boy who winces when his friends measure their masculinity by how many girls they screw over and are man enough to call them out for it. For every girl who has screamed enough and marched with her sisters to take back the night from monsters who would rather they stay at home afraid. For every band geek who picked up a guitar or drumsticks or a French horn instead of a bong. For every poet who picked up a pen instead of a gun and expressed their anger with ink and not blood. For every jock who refused to see those physically weaker than them as less than them. And for every teacher who risked their jobs by simply being there when no one else would. This one goes out to you. To those who refuse to define themselves by the clothes they wear, the music they listen to. To those who demand to be defined by their actions, not by their fashions. Who can't wait to turn 18 so they can finally vote those idiots out of office. Who refuse to be passive consumers in this self-centered nation and throw out their televisions and make their own movies, who throw out their PlayStations and make their own video games, who teach themselves to play their own music and write their own novels and create their own art, but most of all, this one goes out to the kid listening right now who thinks, I cannot possibly be talking about them. The quiet kid, the one who never speaks, the one with no friends, who's never been on a date, the one ignored by parents, by teachers, by other kids. Yes, this one goes out to you most of all. Know this. I understand. I hear you. I used to be you. Don't you let anyone say your voice has no value. Raise your voice, kid. And don't ever stop. Woo! Hey, how's it going? Woo! So I went to the Walmart last night, and that's all there is here. There's a Walmart and there's an Arby's, but apparently this is an amazing campus. Have you seen the campus? Have you looked around and looked how beautiful the campus is? It's really cool. Every single person I've met here has been totally awesomely cool, and I wish I could go back to school, because I would definitely give this school a try. That's all I'm saying. They pay me $50 to say that. But still, did you guys eat in the food place? There was like a whole lot of different kinds of food. I had cereal, I had a bowl of cereal, I had soup, I had like a hamburger and like some pizza and like a salad, and I'm very full. I had just like one of everything. And I had this big old gigantic plate, and I was like, So that's why I feel right now. Can you tell I'm bloated a little bit? Can you tell? It's not that funny. It's not that funny. This guy's sleeping right here. Yeah, you knew I was talking about you too. Your eyes open right up. What's your name?
Curtis.
Curtis? I called you Demetrius earlier, didn't I? Yeah, you both wearing a funny hat. I like that hat though. Does everybody know you from the hat? Let me see whose hat is better. Get up here.
Mine.
Get up here. He's like, mine? What fool are you? He's just mine.
Oh, your hat's cool, never mind.
So let's have a hat off. If you think Curtis's hat's better, applaud furiously now. If you think Big Papa E's hat's better, with the little applaud furiously now. I think Curtis took it. Ladies and gentlemen, get up for Curtis right there with the coolest hat in the room. But wait a second. Demetrius, get up here. We're gonna have another hat off, because I just got knocked down.
What about Tim?
Come on.
What about Tim? Tim.
Tim! Oh, get up here. Come on, Tim. We're gonna have a hat off right now. Oh, dang. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. All right, you can only applaud for one person's hat. The winner has to give me their hat, so choose wisely. If you think this gentleman's here has a hat that wins, applaud now. If you think this is the coolest hat in the room, applaud now. If you think this hat takes it all, applaud now. Tim won. What happened? Here comes the explanation of it. Let's go. Give me a hat! I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for our hats. There are 3 hats. Very nice. We'll have some different hats. Maybe we'll have like a cool eyeglasses off. Those are some pretty. She just took her glasses off as soon as she could. She was like, don't call me up there, please, for the love of God. Alright, I'm gonna do another hat. I got a little list right here. Alright, you guys ready? Are you throwing up? Are you so nervous? I'm a stage dive you. I'm gonna do a love song for you right now. You never find, as long as you live, someone who cares about you. Girl with the glasses. Okay, never mind. I'm just playing. That was my Lou Rawls question. You guys remember the role? You guys remember? Okay, great. Here's a poem. I never wanted a weightlifter's body. Bulging biceps, more granite boulders than meat, carved by steel and syringes. Useless, save for poses and intimidation. No, I always wanted a swimmer's body. Perfect poetry in motion. Liquid made flesh, hairless and streamlined, body with muscles taut as drumheads pounding rhythms on the surface of the water in a syncopated symphony of grace and power and purpose. But alas, I lack. Obviously, I've been graced with neither. No water has honed these thighs, no iron has etched these calves, for I have a poet's body. Hunchback and pot-bellied, skin not bronzed in oil, but pale and sallow from basking in the radiation of a computer screen in a darkened room. Body fueled not by steroids and energy bars, but by coffee. Lots of coffee. Give us a freaking coffee and make it dark and black as the devil's eyeball. You see, this body doesn't pump iron. It pumps irony into poem after poem, slinging sweat on reams of bright white inkjet paper and sumo wrestling demons by candlelight. I've traded rock-solid abs for a rock-solid vocab, toned trapeziuses for threadbare thesauruses, a mammoth gluteus maximus for a moth-eaten Moleskine notebook, and 20 reps at the Bowflex for the 20-volume set of the Oxford English Language Dictionary. Oh yes, 151 pounds of pure definition. Get it? Definition? Dictionary? Give me a smoky poetry slam and a dingy dive bar over cleaning and jerking in a Gold's Gym any day. My fellow slam poets may not be muscle-bound freaks, but they are multisyllabic monsters, lifting the spirit of the masses with the strength of their convictions and pulling down crooked regimes with pen strokes. My muscles propel my fingertips across keyboards at 86 truths per minute. My eyes that flash in the direction of every sigh. And my heart, the strongest muscle in the human body that weeps and moans and gnashes its teeth and fights and loves so hard, it nearly bursts from my chest every time it rains. Alright, so when there's a deep poem, when I do like this, you go, Okay, ready? Ready? That stuff is deep. Ready? Okay, so that face, I'll do the face too. Ready? Like that stuff is so deep you can't understand it, you have to overstand it. You know what I'm talking about? So check it out, I have to let you in. I drank a bunch of soda before I came here and I'm belching like crazy. Can you guys tell that every other word I'm gonna belch? Every time you see me pause, it's not because I want you to feel it, it's because I'm trying to not to belch on the microphone, just so you know. You never find. So I'm from Austin, Texas, which is one of the coolest cities in all of America. Anybody here from Chicago? Yeah, you from Chicago? Go back to Chicago. No, I'm just playing. I love me from Chicago. Oh, is somebody not from Chicago? Who's not from Chicago? Where y'all from? Who's from Texas? Lone Star State in the South? What part? Anybody from Austin?
I'm right by it, Killeen.
Killeen? Okay, everybody at the count of three, everybody just yell out where they're from. That doesn't matter where you're from, except the people from Chicago, because you gotta wait. No, everybody yell at the count of three where you're from. 1, 2, 3. What is this? What is this? You protesting something?
He's from Nebraska.
You from Nebraska? Man, sit your ass down. I'm in trouble with this guy all night long. Where you from?
Nebraska.
No, you're actually not from Nebraska.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know that people actually lived in Nebraska. How about that? cows just grazed there or something. I don't know. I've never been to Nebraska. How many people in Nebraska? Do you guys all know each other in Nebraska? Do you like walk down the one street to Walmart and go, hey? There's two streets? Like a little Walmart and another Walmart. I love Walmart, man. I was at Walmart last night. I didn't know where to go because I was at the little hotel, and I asked the lady, I was like, hey, lady, random lady, is there any place to go? And she looked at me like I had 4 heads. She's like, this is Storm Lake. There ain't no place to go. Except the Walmart. And I was like, yes, they have a Walmart. She's like, where is it? She's like, just go outside, it's right there. Like, it's just always right there. It's just hovering over you. So I went to the Walmart last night and I got me a Rolling Stone magazine and 6 ruby red grapefruits from Texas. Can I have some noise for Texas again? You guys know from like ruby red grapefruits? They're the sweetest, most tart, wonderful things. Why are you making an ugly face? Why are you making like a face like it's a nasty turd. It's so nasty. That's what she was doing. What's wrong with grapefruit? How come you don't like grapefruit?
I like Florida grapefruit.
Oh, this is like a East Coast, West Coast kind of thing, right? You're gonna shoot me? You're gonna shoot me? Be like, well, I represent Florida grapefruit! Bah, bah, bah! You'd probably get shot by some Florida gangsta grapefruit grower. That would be so great. Throw some grapefruits out. But that has nothing to do with my next poem. What's that? You should throw. Can I tell you guys a story?
Yes.
Okay, I was doing man, you got a great deep voice. Say it.
Yes. Yes.
Get up here. Come here.
Demetrius is better.
Let's have the deep voice off. Come on, Demetrius, get up here. We're having the deep voice off. Here's what I want you to say. Ready?
Don't try to make it deeper.
I want you to say. Don't be playing. I want you to say it. Baby, I love you. I want you to say it. And I want you to say it to that girl right there.
Baby, I love you.
You ready? I want you to say it. Baby, I need you. To that guy right there. to the girl with the camera right there. Here you go.
Get this.
Don't steal my move.
No. Who one better? Baby, I need you.
Alright. Who took it? Was it Demetrius or Curtis? I think Demetrius took it. Make some noise for Demetrius, ladies and gentlemen. That kind of nice in there. Alright, do you guys know what I mean when I say mixtape? Yeah. You making mixtapes and stuff? I like to put together mixtape collections for my friends because I love music very, very much. So this is about that. I am not an arrogant man. My tragically low self-esteem keeps any delusions of grandeur in check. However, there is one thing in which I am far better than anyone in this room. I am a mixtape genius. I spin tunes like monsoon winds blow typhoons. Make foolish DJs like you look buffoon. When I brew my mixtape voodoo for you, boo, you swoon. Check it. I mix melodies with memories that sway your bodies like coconut trees in the ocean breeze. I blend heartbeats with drum beats till fleets of bare feet crack concrete city streets with hard-heeled beats. I twist turntable tornadoes with whirlwinds of spin. Furiously flip faders to and fro for surround sound that astounds. I am a connoisseur of cold cuts, a master chef of ghetto blaster bass clefs, tossing ballads like salads, chopping break beats like sweet beats. I will Julian jazz and flash strike and funk, season it with tribal drums and serve it up as crunk. I mix my mixtape saucy like Emerald Lagasse's in my posse. Oh bam! I will blend a chunk of felonious monk with a hunk of old school punk, stir it around till it sounds profound, make you see babies like ultrasound. Allow me to expound. You will not play my mixtape. My mixtape will play you, make you dance, marionette on the end of guitar strings, bounce that booty like a rusty bucket on the end of a string, pluck power chords from the chords of your hamstrings, tie ribbons of rhythms and festoons from your heartstrings. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. I love her. She's like, DJ, mouse clicking, mixing with iTunes all day, typing love into search engines and dragging megabytes of music across desktops and burning CDs with simplicity. Stop. Remember this. When I say mixtape, biatches, I mean mixtape. I mean old school 90-minute cassette tape, 45 per side, TDK all the way, metal position with the tab clicked out so you can't tape over it. Like back in the day when you actually had to listen. When you had to listen to every song all the way through. Making a mixtape could take all Saturday afternoon. And when you grace your stereo with my mixtape, strap on your big fat padded DJ ear goggles, press play, lay back, relax, allow the Da Vinci Code of my mixtape, old, slow-mo like molasses kisses. You best remember this, missus. That feeling you get, giddy in your midriff, that whispers of summer skies and fireflies and bicycle tires and campfires down by the lake. Make no mistake, take whatever flights of synesthetic fancy you feel and multiply them tenfold, because when I molded my mixtape voodoo for you, boo, I was holding back. About. We have to have another code for just laughing. Ready? So this is clapping. So that'll be the laughing. Ready? Okay, when I do like this, do the church lady squeal. Ready? Y'all sound like you're on fire. Baby, I love you. All right, let's see if you want another poem. So, how y'all doing? Hey, check it out. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Because let's do a quick Q&A section because I just threw my throat out a little bit. So, light guy, can you turn on the house lights for me real quick so I can do some Q&A stuff? He just woke up. He's like, what? I was on the internet. What? Okay, any questions at all about poetry or anything at all? Man with the sexiest voice and the second coolest hat in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, Demetrius, you have a question.
Yeah, I got one. What's in the cup?
It's my cup.
This is my cup. After my gin and juice, you know. It's a cranberry juice from the cafeteria. Very nice, very nice. Any other questions? That's all you came up with. I got a question burning in my soul. What's in your cup? Oh, this cup or my other cup? Because I have another cup of juice over here. Anyway, you have another question? Yes.
How long have you been doing poetry?
She asked, how long have I been doing poetry? I started doing poetry. I started reading poetry in front of audiences in 1992. I know. Go ahead.
Dang.
No, this is not dang, okay? This is but you were like, dang, you old. How many people were born in 1990 in this room?
What 1992 is? Skip it.
91.
She's like, 91, 92, blah, 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 blah. She's representing 92 and oranges and apple from Florida and stuff.
What about the 80s baby?
Who's the 80s baby? Who was born in the late 60s? Come on. Late 60s, 1967, lady. When were you born? 60. You old and crazy. And it's now funky. I guess melody. That's her actually. She's in the poop. She's in the poop. Yeah, I'm old as heck. So I started in '92. There was coffee houses were opening up in '92, and all these people were reading poetry, and I thought that would be pretty cool. And I had some poetry I'd written for my girlfriend, you know. She broke my heart, you know. Would you like to hear a poem that I wrote when I was 24, but when I first started? Ready? Alone. You know it sucks already, because it's alone. In a room full of people, together with myself in my mind, searching for some kind of reason and a love I never defined. Yeah, that's the kind of poetry I started out. So if you keep writing, you can get a little better. But my poetry was really bad for a long time, but I just kept doing it. And then this thing called Poetry Slamming started in Chicago. Make some noise for Chicago. What happened was these people were doing poetry and mixing it with like hip hop and mixing it with stand-up comedy, and they wanted to have a better audience for it, for the audience would just kind of go crazy. So they made this sort of a competition where people from the audience would score on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being awful, 10 being amazing. So it became like this little bar game just for fun, right? But then it spread all over the place. And now there's like over 100 places in America alone doing poetry slams on a regular basis. It's all over Europe, it's in Africa, it's in South America. It's amazing. It's poetry going all over the place. And they have this show on HBO called Deaf Poetry. Make some noise for Deaf Poetry. So I got involved in that, and that was really cool. I'll tell you some stories about that later, but first, I'm going to read another poem.
Quick question.
Oh, another question.
Your name.
My name is Eric. You want my number too? 911, that's my name. Where's my hotel key? Hold on a
Big
second.
Papa E, I'd like to hear it like.
Yeah, Big Papa E. That's interesting. My given name is Eric.
Did you shoot the real big?
What?
Did you shoot the other Big Papa because he took your nickname?
No, I started doing poetry in the Bay Area, in San Francisco in '96, and I used to do this sort of like hip-hop style stuff, and people used to make fun of me because I'm this little white dude doing this hip-hop stuff, and right around the time that Biggie Smalls got shot in the Notorious B.I.G., one of the songs that was really popular in the Bay Area was I love it when you call me Big Papa, put your hands in the air like you're a true player. Yeah, you know.
Guys, it's the night when you having my baby.
Exactly, you know what I'm talking about, this guy. So that song was really popular around the time that I was performing, and in the middle of one of my sort of hip-hop pieces that was, looking back on it, it was just me wanting to be something I wasn't. I was just trying to do this hip-hop piece and looking completely stupid trying to do it. Like, Friends should not let Friends freestyle. I should wear a t-shirt that says that. You should not ever allow me to beatbox, ever. But I was doing something like that, and somebody thought it was funny, so they yelled out Big Papa, and everybody thought it was funny. And then that's it. Everybody started calling me Big Papa E after that, because the E is for Eric. And people who had known me for like 10 years, they all thought it was hilarious to call me Big Papa. Because you can yell from across the room, like, Eric, yo, Eric! It doesn't have a ring, but if you're like, yo, Big Papa! Just, like, people like to yell it, so that was it. From then on, that's always been my nickname. And it's funny because when I come to new schools that I haven't been to before, they all expect, like, a real tall dude with, like, a platinum grill and, like, a clock. And it's just me. Is that what you guys expected? But he's not black. I don't understand. He doesn't look like the guy from the Green Mile. Wait a second. Take my hand, Moles. But I like it because it sets up expectations. You know, when you hear the name Big Papa E, you think in your head what you're going to expect. And then I come in and you're like, well, that's not at all what I expected. And then it kind of like, I like messing with boundaries. I like messing with expectations. So that's why I keep the Big Papa E, even though I don't think I ever would have chosen it for myself. Can you imagine? Yeah, I'm just going to start calling like you. Call me Big Papa E from now on. People will be like, shut up. They go, ah!
No, I'm a soul brother.
Oh, you're a soul. You don't mess with Big Papa? Alright.
I got something with what?
You got something to say?
No, I said
You're looking for a date? Is that what it is? It's not that boring here. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm the biggest, baddest
Why
guy
aren't
in
you
the
wearing shoes?
Why am I not right? Because I told you I left my shoes at Chris's mama's house. Under the bed at the bottom. No, I can't breathe. I get hot and sweaty because I'm fat and chubby. And so I take, it's true, I got nothing to hide. I got nothing to hide up here under these lights. So I get hot and so I take my shoes off so I can breathe. And I got really good looking toes too. Come here, I'll show you.
No.
You don't want to see them? They're good. They're not Frito toes, they're nice. You can eat food off my toes. And they are good toes. I got good toes. You know how some people have good hair and bad hair? Most people have bad toes, but I have good toes. Look at those toes. Well, there's like a dirt on them. See the dirt on my toes? That's nasty. What'd you call me?
Creepy.
Creepy? I got nice feet. You're just intimidated by the glory of my feet. Every time I whip my feet out, it's like, oh. Alright. I think one of the coolest things about traveling across this country is how cool this country is. You know, everybody talks about traveling across, like, Europe or traveling to other countries, but we actually have a really cool country. And I like to go traveling across it all the time. I've been to 42 different states across the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii, so that's pretty cool.
That's right, baby!
I didn't understand a word you just said. You say Hawaii?
That's right.
You're from Hawaii?
No, I'm from Alaska.
Oh, you're from Alaska?
Of course I'm from Hawaii.
I'm gonna bust in your neck. I love Hawaii. What part of which island are you from?
Oahu.
Oahu? That's where I went to Honolulu. You know, it's funny. When I went there, I asked my friend, his name is, what's his name? Kealoha. His name is Kealoha. He does poetry on the islands. And I asked him to take me to a real, authentic Hawaiian meal. So he goes, I got it. So he takes me to this place, and it was Spam and eggs.
That's right.
He said Spam and eggs is the most Hawaiian meal you can possibly have. Is that right? Spam was awesome. Spam's good. Yeah, we climbed up on top of a volcano that had like all these waterfalls on it. It was really cool. And we ate some pig, some like roast pig. How'd you end up in Iowa? Did you come all the way here from Honolulu? Most people like leave from Iowa to go to Honolulu. Why are you doing it the opposite way?
It's too hot.
There you go. That makes up. Give it up for my Hawaiian friend over here. But this is about exploring my own country through the like behind a steering wheel. Everybody ever go on a long road trip across America? You know what I'm talking about? There's something, like when you're a little kid it's boring, but when you get old enough to like actually like appreciate that you're going someplace, it's really freaking cool. So this is what this is about. It's called road tripping. It is, it's like going on a road trip. Look, Miley Cyrus, you can stop. Yes, I'm pointing to you. And scene. There's something magical and healing about a solo road trip. It's about forward motion. Something about going somewhere and leaving something behind. It's about yearning to blow off your job, quit your girlfriend, sell up all your stuff and pack what's left into the back of your pickup truck. It's about whittling your existence down to its necessary parts. Just you, an 80 gig iPod, and a sleeping bag in the back, and throwing the map out the window and getting the hell out of Dodge. It's about raising your head from the keyboard, attached to a computer, on a desk, in a cubicle, in a work center, in a business that makes things for other businesses, that sell things to other businesses, and realizing that your paragraph in the great American novel is due for yet another rewrite. It's about yearning to tattoo the sticky black ink of your tires across the belly of this land, to become another steel corpuscle in the freeway bloodstream and flow into towns you've never seen and follow the pulse to its beating heart. It's about blazing down the highway, just you and Patsy Cline, just you and Johnny Cash, just you and Aretha Franklin, and singing at the top of your lungs at 75, 85, 95 miles an hour. It's about playing ski rack or cop car for 600 miles at a time. It's about pulling over recklessly, immediately across 4 lanes of traffic to stop under an overpass to scribble a phrase or two that falls on your path like a safe from the sky. It's about leaving everything behind and cleansing yourself in a gritty, sweaty, unwashed catharsis of road dirt and sunburnt forearms, and parking in a field infested with crickets in some town somewhere, and drifting off to sleep in the same cutoffs and Radiohead t-shirt you've been wearing since diving into the Colorado River in Needles, California, just 3 days before. It's about the random encounters in gas stations and greasy spoons and coffee shops and dark saloons. It's about being embraced by serendipity and spirited away from the real deal angst machine of modern day existence. It's about smiling, that healing smile that only days and days on the road can bring. I love a good road trip, man. It shakes your head and clears out the cobwebs and allows you to think clearly for the first time in years. That's very complicated. How you guys doing? Good. Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. Shaking hands like this. All right, sit down. All right. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to get ready to jump into the poems about girls part of my set, because I am a great big romantic knucklehead. Anybody dating right now? Anybody in a relationship right now? Anybody totally single? Everybody totally single. Boo the people with boyfriends and girlfriends right now. Who's bitter about love? Who's bitter about love? Yeah, all the bitter people. I know you're bitter. You don't even have to tell me you're bitter. You just look bitter. You didn't have to tell me. I am bitter. He's crazy. He told me to be bitter. I'll give you a lap dance. Come here. Come on, this lady. She's a mom. So I just kind of sort of broke up with somebody because we'd only been hanging out. We'd only been hanging out for like a month and a half, and I wasn't feeling like boyfriend-girlfriend type of vibes. I was just kind of feeling like maybe we could hang out every now and then vibes. And so I told her about it. She got really upset. But she was introducing me as like her boyfriend, and I was like, because we hadn't even talked about that yet. We hadn't said the L word, we hadn't said anything. We just hung out and, kissed every now and then. And that does not make you my girlfriend or not. Oh, does it? Oh, let's take a poll. Let's take a poll, because I don't know. So, if you're hanging out with somebody, okay, what do you call it when you meet somebody, you think they're kind of nice, and you think, well, I would like to get to know this person, but I don't know them well enough to call them my boyfriend or my girlfriend, so we're just going to hang out and stuff. What's that called? We're talking. Is it hanging out, like we're hanging out?
Yeah, that's poking.
We're poking? I don't think that's what that's called at all. What did you say? We're talking? We're talking. So, if somebody says, what's up with you and Jermaine? You'd be like, we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is seeing each other? What does that mean? That means we're talking. What about hanging out? That's talking. What if we're like making out on a regular basis? So if you start, okay, now the men said that's still talking, but the women were like, yeah, put a ring on it. So if you're making out on a regular basis, that means that's something more serious. No, that's still talking. Oh, that's friends with benefits. Oh, that's what they're calling it now. Well, what happens if you don't want to give your benefits to anybody but that one person? Is that dating now? Is that boyfriend and girlfriend? Oh, we gotta still talk about it. Is that what it is? So it's just it sounds like a whole lot of talking and not a whole lot of giving a ring or anything. Anyway, I just called it a big fight. Everybody's getting mad at each other. Calm down. Can't we just all be friends? So apparently we had been talking about it for about a week and a half, a month and a half, and she was thinking we was talking about something else. So I had to tell her that we were breaking up, and she was very upset. So anyway, that's a good segue into my poems about girls. Before I do that though, does anybody have any questions about love? Because I am a font of knowledge about love. Yes.
Have you ever been in love?
What?
Have I ever been in love? I'm in love with anytime a pretty girl sneezes, I'm in love. Let me reiterate. I'm in love anytime a pretty girl over the age of 18 sneezes. Okay? Stop! You're like, I'm 18 and a half. Achoo. Really? No, but like, just I get crushes on just about anybody I meet. If somebody's cool and we start talking, and they're just really interesting and intelligent, and we just have this back and forth conversation about life and love and everything in between, I just start liking them. I just like everybody. So as far as being in love, like really in love, I'm still brokenhearted over the last girl that we dated for 4 years, and I was so in love, but it just wasn't working out, so we broke up. It sucked. I'm still depressed. It's 2 years now. 2 years in May that we broke up. Did you just say move on? Look, Dr. Phil, you don't know my pain, Dr. Phil. But this is not an Oprah moment, all right? I'm brokenhearted. I can't move on. I got like my heart trailing behind me. What? So maybe I should ask you, how do I move on? Find some random other person.
Yeah.
Right here, she's gonna have you all night.
Anyways, anybody have any questions? Yes.
Oh,
That's a tough one. You know what? Here's what it was. Here's how I found out that I was in love. Ready? You know, when you're with somebody, no matter how much you like them, you still notice that this planet is populated by cute people. Right? You can be, no, it's not a secret. Just listen. If we would go to some place with a lot of people, like downtown, we're hanging out, we're holding hands and stuff, and a cute girl would come by, I would, kind of notice that, wow, a cute girl just walked by. And then I would just I would kiss them. But then, then I'm back and I'm focused and I'm all good. You just notice. You don't have to do anything about it, but you notice. When I fell in love, I stopped noticing. There was nobody on this entire planet. I felt there was nobody, it wasn't even a conscious decision. I won't look at other people. They just stopped appearing. I just stopped seeing them. The only person I could possibly think about being with was her. And the idea of being with anybody else made me sick to my stomach. For real, dude. It was wonderful. You feeling me on that? That's how I knew. That's how I knew and I still feel that way. Even though we broke up 2 years ago, I still feel like I don't see anybody still. So that's the hard part. Still being in love. And someone who's not there. All girls say, aww. All boys say, aww. You're like, bro, pair. Shut up. Get over it. Alright, you want one more question before I get into my girl poetry? No? Should I just get into my love poetry? Okay. What? What'd you say? What she said?
This way.
Come again? That's what I thought. Did you say if your feet weren't so nasty, she would have broke up with you? Is that what you said?
No.
Okay.
I said you probably did something to make cover.
Oh, I did. You want to know why we broke up? Would you like to know the secret? Her parents didn't like me.
That's a stupid reason.
I'm telling you, it's a stupid reason. It's because I was like poor and a poet, and they wanted her to be with somebody who was rich and, you know, had things like a future. So they were just very upset with that, and they were always mean and stuff, and it just got too much, so we broke up. Aww.
Come on, man, Papa, you are the future.
You are the future. I feel like singing a Whitney song. No. We are the we are the children. Alright, this is called What I Mean When I Say I Love You. One of the things I hate most of all is poets. And one of the things I hate most of all about poets is love poetry. Because mostly it's not poetry. Mostly it's simply lists of body parts and what they intend to do with them, interspersed with endless repetitions of the word love, 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 as if it actually meant something. If you can't write a love poem without the word love in it, you are not a poet. You are a greeting card salesman. The English language has never known what to do with this word that can on one hand be used to describe your feelings for the most important person in your world, and on the other, your favorite hamburger. Well, I'm not loving it. I'm here to take I love you back, so that when I say I love you, I won't mean it as some vague poetic notion. I mean, as long as I'm around, you always have someone to pick you up from the airport. You will always have someone to help you move your heavy couch up 3 flights of narrow apartment complex stairs, and you will always have someone to hold your hair back from your face while you regurgitate margaritas into the bathtub. And I know it's the bathtub and not the toilet because you think sticking your head into a toilet is nasty. And I know this, not because I love you, and this knowledge has seeped into my brain through love osmosis. No, it's because I pay attention. I will go to the corner store at 3 a.m. to buy you tampons. I will. And I will remember to get the pint of Chunky Monkey you never asked for because I know you like ice cream when your cramps are bad. And I know this because I've got your back. And by that, I mean that little space between your shoulder blades you can never reach when it itches really bad. I got that! As long as I'm around, your back will always have sunscreen. When I want you to know I love you, I won't waste money on flowers. Oh, look, honey, here's something beautiful. You can watch Die. No. No. I will sneak over to your house while you're at work and clean your kitchen. And I will never allow our arguments to become fights because I will spend my time listening more than just waiting for my turn to talk. More time giving you the benefit of the doubt than picking at old wounds to score points. More time learning from my mistakes than repeatedly apologizing for them. It's easy to love you when we are beautiful. But I will love you even when things are really ugly. I will love you even when I freaking hate you. And should the time come when it's time to move on, I will let go. And when you introduce me to your new boyfriend, I will tell you he seems like a nice guy, and I'm happy for you. Even though your name is tattooed on the center of my chest so that no matter how hard someone else presses their body against mine, you will always be closer to my heart. And I mean that metaphorically, because I ain't getting no damn tattoo. When I say I love you, I mean it. You feeling me on that? You feeling that? Alright, I saw some boys taking notes. This guy down here was taking notes. I'll email it to you. It's all right.
Question, do you sell your books?
What's that?
Do you sell your books?
Do I sell? I most certainly do. I, as a matter of fact, have a brand new CD out. Would you like to see what it looks like?
Yes, sir.
My printer went out of printer ink, so I just did it with a Sharpie. But look, it's got a little heart on it. It's called Big Papa E Big Hits. It's called Greatest Hits. Yes.
How much it cost?
Talk me into it. Usually $5, but if you only got 2, just let me know. I got like 20 of them. So, sliding scale, $2 to $5, whatever you feel like. What's it, $1.99? This is not an auction. You're like $1.99, $1.99, sold to Curtis. With the second sexiest voice in the room. I want a CD, baby. The thing about relationships and stuff, if you watch the commercials and the television and the movies and stuff, it's just this hyper-sexualized version of liking somebody, you know? It's just like, here, buy this beer and you'll be sexy. Buy this car and you'll be sexy. All the focus is on sex, sex, sex. And to me, that has nothing at all to do with a true connection with somebody. And I wish it wasn't so much about the physical part of being in love with somebody. I wish it was more on the focus of like, remember when you were like in 6th grade and you just were really nervous around the person in your class that just you had a big crush on, and all you had to do was have them look at you and smile, and you'd be like, oh my God, I just love myself. I like them so much. Yes. I just, like you go to the mall, to the movie theater, like your parents would drive you and your little friend from class, they'd be joking with you, this is your first date. You're sitting there watching like, you know, some Pixar movie like Toy Story 3 or something, and you can't pay attention to what's going on the screen because your hips are touching, and your whole focus is on that little oval of shared warmth, and you're like, oh my God! Like that shared warmth, it's just like so amazing, and oh my God! And then, oh my God, you start sharing the armrest, and you start playing that little game of like who gets to be in charge of the armrest, but it's just because you want so bad to continue to touch them, you know, and suddenly you just agree to just share it, and all of a sudden their hand is like this, and you're like, it's just there. I can pluck it like a flower, it's just right there. And then your hand goes like this because you're too chicken, and your pinkies touch, and it's like, and then you're like, okay, and you curl your pinky around hers, and she curls her pinky around you like, yes! You're so doing it. By doing it, I mean like falling in love in the dark, oh my God. But just that little bitty, just that sharing of warmth was enough to rock your little 6th grade heart. Like it was just so amazing. You didn't need anything else. You just walked and you were like, you were like, yeah, that's right, I got me some finger today. So I just wish it was simple like that. Just simple. You could just be goofy about somebody and just triple your feet. And that was the most sincere expression of your love for them. And I wrote a poem about it. It's called, gosh, I guess I could have expressed it in a different way than that, huh? That does sound kind of nasty when you think about it. Just forget it I said that. Just forget I said it. Hey, you can't unsee some things, can you? I'm never going to be invited back. He talked about nasty stuff. Oh, they know. You crazy baby. What's your name? Dominique. This is dedicated to Dominique. You ready? It's called Falling in Like. That's my sexy look. It also is my crazy don't sit next to me look. Like if I'm on the Greyhound and I don't want you to sit next to me, I'll be like. But if also you're at the end of the bar and I'm like trying to like get your attention, I'll be like. See what it is? It's the drag queen lip. That's the difference. Ready? This is scary face. This is I like you face. This It's all in the lip. It's all in the like the MySpace lip. You know when the people take your pictures on MySpace and like. Like who decided that that was sexy? Who's on MySpace still? Man, grow up. Get on Facebook and show. Get on Facebook. MySpace is nasty. MySpace is nasty. It's a bastion of ugliness on the internet. Get on Facebook. There's a poem for you. It's called Falling in Light. You make me feel goofy. Goofy like I blush when someone mentions your name. Dominique. Goofy like I have a bazillion things I want to tell you when you're not around, but face to face I just stare at my toe making circles on the ground like I'm all thumbs and no place to put them. Like I just want to write you a note that says, do you like me? Yes, no, or maybe. Whatever random cool I've been able to harness leaps from my grasp when you enter the room and I feel old school. And by that, I mean grade school, like back in the day when the space between wanting to touch someone's hand and actually touching it could hold lifetimes of passionate yearning. Girl, I don't want to make out with you. I want to make a fort with you, right in the middle of the living room, with all the sheets and all the blankets and every chair in the whole house. A soft labyrinth scented with fabric softener and hot chocolate with marshmallows, lying on our tummies on the avocado shag carpeting and eating golden grams right out of the box. We'd be the best spellers in all the 6th grade spelling bee, and we'd spend our recesses in the library, quizzing each other over dueling dictionaries and encyclopedias and having cutthroat Scrabble wars. And you would always accuse me of cheating, but I still swear that ishkabibble is a real word. And if you got the chicken pox, Dominique, I would ride my bicycle across town on a Saturday and climb in through your bedroom window to hang out with you while your parents were shopping so I could get chicken pox too. Then we could both stay home from school and talk on the phone all day long and watch game shows and Twilight Zone reruns together and take breaks only for dinner in the bathroom until it was bedtime. And we whispered into the phone under the covers in the dark until we got really sleepy and would say, "Are you asleep?" And you would say, "Yes." And a little while later I would say, "Are you awake?" And you wouldn't say anything. And I would just lie there, listening to the sound of your breathing. On my homemade Valentine's Day card, I would write, "I like you," in sparkles and glue. Only my handwriting is so bad, all my K's look like V's. But we decide that's better anyway. I live you. We make pinky swears while biting our thumbs and cross our hearts and hope to die promises with words like always and forever and never ever ever promises you can only make when you're 10 and don't know any better. Back when 3 weeks at summer camp was an eternity and a change of schools a disaster. Back before pimples, before underarm hair, before makeup, before graduation and college and graduation and real life. Back before resumes and jobs and careers and mortgages and marriage and divorce and debt and disappointment. Back when summers lasted forever. And our very first kiss on the cheek was the most awkward and scary and wonderful thing in the whole wide world. That's how I like you, like a lot. So which is it? Yes, no, or hell no? So which is it, Dominique? Yes, no, or hell no? All right, let's see some house lights real quick. Anybody else have any more questions before I jump into another poem?
I do.
Do it. Do it. Go. It's all good. What's your question?
Do you really do all of those things in your home?
Do I really do all those things?
Yeah, like buy the pads and the whatever else you said.
He asked me, do I really do all those things for my partner when I'm in love? Yeah, totally. I'll do anything.
Oh my goodness, are you single?
Yeah, because... 3 no more. Sure. Spirit fingers, baby. Spirit fingers. I'm an equal opportunity lover. Get up here. What's your name is? How old is you? He's so crazy. Sit back down. Sit back down. Sit back down. Talk later. We'll talk later. I've been single exactly 4 days. That's pretty good for me. No, I'm just kidding. You see my nail polish? You guys see my nail polish? It's pink. You see it? Pink. It's usually black. Why are there so many horrified looks? These 3 girls are like this. He was cool. Until the pink fingernail polish came out. Did somebody just snort? You just snorted. Everybody snort. Yeah, I actually do all that stuff. I'm a really good partner. I'm a really good boyfriend. I'm always like talking on the phone and taking care of you. Okay, you need anything? I'm very giving and stuff. And when somebody's like yelling at me, getting all in my face, I'm just very quiet. I'll listen to it, and then I'll say, you know. No, I don't say it's over. I say, you know, let me think about that. You brought out a lot of good points. And then I'll very quietly give her a hug, and then I'll go home into my car, and I'll be like. Then I'll say all the bad things that I have to say. You are so stupid! Me, and I'll just yell and scream all the way home, and I'll get home and I'll be like, baby, everything okay? Alright, I'm just checking in. See, you keep the bad things to yourself and to your friends, and you don't say all those mean things to the people you love. You write that email that says every stupid, mean, awful, selfish thing you want to say, but you hit delete. You don't hit send. You just hit maybe save. And then you wake up in the morning and you read it and you're like, man, I am so glad I did not send that. So that's my gift to you. Don't hit send. Yes?
Would you like to hear a poem I wrote?
Heck yeah, do you have it?
I don't have it with me, but I had it memorized.
Is it up in your bean? What's your name?
Katie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very dear friend in the audience. We go on poetry tours all together. I haven't introduced you yet. Sit your ass down. Katie, right? Katie? Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, the most amazing poet.